Hi. Um, this is I don't know what I'm calling this yet, or where it even is gonna be, but yeah, this is just a little podcast interview type thing that I'm gonna be doing for a little bit, which is just bringing on artists I know and friends of mine, and then talking and stuff.
And things.
And things. So that's what this is. I'm joined today by Morningstar, Jamie, and yeah, I drum in his band.
He does. And he does great.
That's nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. And yeah, I guess we'll just. It's so funny. I haven't like talked in front of a camera for like years, and now I'm like, what's up?
I know. I don't know. I talked in front of a camera a while ago. Well, I guess I do TikToks.
True.
So that's kind of.
You got some good TikToks. I
My
think it's funny though,
biggest
just when
TikToks-
you put the phone like straight to your face and you're like,
Yeah.
it's quality.
Someone said I'm sexy and talented. Cool.
Wow.
They're like, cool. They're like, that's chill. Wow.
This is the most
Oh, shit.
most TikTok fucking comment ever. Anyway,
Yeah. But
yeah.
and I also tried recording like an acoustic thing of the song that just came out, and I put my phone and like tried recording that. I felt so awkward though.
Yeah.
And I had smoked a bunch right before, and the room was all smoky, and I was like, wow, like let me just make this video real quick. And then it's kind of like really obvious that I just was high and like, oh, this would be sick. And then I watched it back and it just was like, I don't know.
I feel like at least
mediocre.
as long as you're like making something as an artist, it's like, better than not doing anything for the most part. A lot of times I feel like that could be wrong, but I feel like as long as you're trying to push your audience to more people, it's like,
Yeah.
whatever. But anyway, you made music before Morningstar. Do you want
Yeah.
to get into that a little bit? When I met you, you were so I love you, Jamie.
Yeah.
ILY Jamie.
ILY Jamie. Yeah.
Oh.
So there's like a lot of things with why I stopped that direction of things. And we've talked about it. I mean, just me and you, but it's been kind of like a mix of a change of my music taste and a change in perspective on things. I made kind of like more emo rap, like Lil Peep style stuff, and
Right.
I get compared to him a lot, and it would be a lot of like depressing stuff and talking about suicide and overdosing and drugs and like in a really hateful type of perspective, not like bringing light to situations and having some sort of like productive conversation or productive like release of emotion. It just was like life fucking sucks and it's gonna get worse, and
Yeah.
like I started to really not like that I was in that like mindset all the time.
Yeah.
So
And you had a lot of songs out, huh?
yeah.
So that's
yeah.
probably a little overwhelming when you're doing that amount of the same type of.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't listen to every single song that we have out. I
No.
apologize,
but and all the songs were about this one girl I dated for a long time, and also the name I Love You Jamie. I think like I had a few names I wanted to go with, and then she would like kind of I don't know, decided on that one for me, almost like she decided that one, and I was like, yeah, why not? Like I like it, it's good enough. And then after a while I wanted a different name, and then also just because it was attached to like her and everything. So but I wanted to stop making that type of music because I felt like I believe in manifesting and all that like really strongly. So everything I was saying, I was like repeating that bad shit like over and over again,
Right.
almost like a spell. And I was like casting a spell on myself to just always be depressed, and I thought that's how I would become successful or something.
Yeah.
So I wanted to stray away from that. So I stopped making music for a while, and it was me and that girl were broken up with for a while, and forgot what else happened in that time. Oh, I think I stopped drinking for a little bit, but then eventually I relapsed. But I've been sober now
Fucking sober
a
gang
year
right here.
and I don't know, 3 months or something,
Hell yeah.
or almost 4.
Hell
but-
yeah. If you don't, I mean, I've posted on Instagram about it, but if you're just like finding us or whatever, I've been sober for like 2 years now, as of a couple weeks ago, and almost 2 years from weed too, so almost clean for
that's
like 2 years.
crazy.
But yeah, I feel like that's fucking hell yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big accomplishment in so many ways.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So from the transition from that to Morningstar, do you feel like that was like, what was the June of last year's show? Was it June? Was that your first? Because that was your first band set, right?
June or July?
One of
Which
the
one?
July, I think.
At the Nile?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the first band set.
Was that the first Morningstar set?
Kind of. There was like kind of a smooth transition a little bit. Like it was like August 2023 that I had started to be like, okay, I want to take a shift or make a shift. And I wasn't 100% set on like Morningstar or it being a band, but I just knew I wanted like a different sound and a different message. So I started making some demos then, and then I still performed as I Love You Jamie until I think like March 2nd, 2024
Okay.
was my last one. And then there was an April like house show, which I still performed as I Love You Jamie, but I did like half the set as I Love You Jamie, and the other half were the new demos as Morningstar. And that was like, all right, now I Love You Jamie is done. That's my last show. And then I started to focus on Morningstar more. And I think
Okay.
July was the first one.
Yeah. That's when because he hit me up about playing drums for him, and then that's when we kind of connected in that way, because we connected through End Creed.
Oh,
At
yeah,
the-
and that's
At
crazy.
the end of the day, that's
I think we should mention and maybe talk about this for a minute, but just like how things feel like a small world sometimes.
100%.
And like you went to high school with Graham and
Yeah.
and Shaman.
Yeah. Our
and-
sound guy Shaman that does a lot of the shows.
Yeah. And then Aida too.
Aida too. I actually just texted her about wanting to do like this with her too,
yeah.
and she was completely down. But there
So
are
you'll see.
lots of like small world connections and stuff. I went to school with End Creed, who is Graham. When we mention Graham, it's End Creed.
Yeah.
But went to school with Graham for like, he went to my school for like 6 months and then dipped. But we like
Lifelong
kept,
friends.
Yeah, lifelong friends. It's
Yeah.
super.
But then
Super great.
also Aiden or Lipton in
Mhm.
the band who plays lead guitar. Aiden had been friends with one of my friends for a while, Keon, and they had played soccer in 4th grade together.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy. What the hell?
Yeah, so like he's been like just one person away from me for a while.
Yeah.
And then I met N Creed at a show in Dallas,
Okay.
right?
That's
And Aiden met N Creed at a show here. So I met Aiden independently and
Okay.
N Creed independently, and they met each other independently.
yeah.
And then one night, N Creed and Aiden and me and Turo.
Mhm.
I think there might have been one more, and I feel bad. No, I think that was it. I hope that was it. I hope I'm not forgetting it. But we were all hanging out one night at Graham's brother's house, and then
Yeah.
we just started jamming, and we jammed for like 13 minutes, like a whole song. But I mean, it was fucking long as shit. And then we were like, damn, like we gotta make a band. Like we gotta do this as a band. We gotta do this together. Like this is so much fun. And then we were like, let's do that again. And then I was like, what? I can't just do the whole 13 minutes
Right.
improvisation
Yeah.
again. So we just did another improvisation. It was only like 7 or 8 minutes, but it also was pretty good. And it ended up being the chorus to I Only Hate You a Little Bit. The
Okay.
Maybe make believe is
Mhm.
what I really need.
That was just from a jam.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there was another lyric which I might put in the song eventually that was like, fucking, I forgot. Never mind. Damn it. What was it? Something about Oh, it was something about can you color the gray or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it was in a few other rhyme schemes. I don't know. And I was like, wow, like this is so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then that's what made me kind of want to make it a band. And then Graham suggested to hit Derek up. So then I was like, all right, bet. And at first I was like, I don't know. Because, like,
Yeah.
I'm really, like, I don't know how to say it. Like, I don't know. I have trust issues. And I have that type of mentality like, oh, if I want something done, I got to do it myself. So I was hesitant to actually form a band because I was like, it's not going to be how I want it to be. But we did it, and like the first time we rehearsed it, like just flowed, and it just felt like intuitive.
Well, I feel like that's why we like get along. I feel like because we're both people that are like, I need to do it myself. Like I need to, be like an independent type of person. But then when you know,
yeah, I feel like what it is kind of is we're like hyper independent, so we kind of take the chance to not be.
Yeah,
we're like, all right,
yeah.
let's just take a break from that.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. No, it just kind of worked that way. And that was only like 7 to 8 months after I had like got my drum set too. So I would get if you were like
that's crazy too.
Like this guy doesn't know how to fucking drum. But it ended up working out. I feel like
it didn't seem at all like that was how long he was playing the drums, and so many people agree. Like they think he's been playing at least 4 years. My mom thought he was playing 7+ years. And it's really impressive. And I think everyone except Graham, which hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
Is really intuitive with their instrument. And like Lipton, like,
are you saying that Graham isn't intuitive? Okay.
He is intuitive, but he is also very technical, and he knows more
facts.
Classical type.
Yeah.
Not classical, but classical training.
Yeah.
More so. And
no, that makes sense when you put it that way.
Yeah. So he's got both.
Mm-hmm.
And then me and Lipton are both like self-taught, and then you're self-taught with drums.
With drums, yeah.
And just recently we all started having to work together as a band, and I feel like it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
And
no, I agree. Dude, it's been sick. It's weird because drums are like the only instrument that I haven't taken lessons or anything for, and like that's my instrument now. I feel like the one that I'm most like comfortable with and have performed the most with. Yeah, no, that's a fact. I've performed the most with drums.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's weird how it works that way, because I've taken like lessons for fucking piano, singing, fucking trumpet, dude.
Yeah, we gotta make a ska band,
dude.
But don't want to leave out Aiden number 2, who is backup bass, but recently kind of the main bass, because we're waiting on Graham to move here.
Yep.
In June though,
it's happening.
He's moving here.
He's moving.
But yeah, Aiden. I don't know his last name. I'm not gonna use his last name, but
it's McGregor. It's on the Frontlines video. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, McGregor. Like
McGregor.
Okay, like Connor.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. Yeah, shout out Aiden McGregor.
Yeah. My guy.
Bass filling.
That's another person that was met through Graham. So Graham's really just
just
tying everything together.
The glue.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Put this shit together. I'm the.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of how we met. I feel like we can like go on and on about like a whole bunch of stuff, but it probably should cut it there with
I think that's good there.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been drumming with him for almost a year. Not even like 9 months, I guess. But
yeah, Morning Star's our baby, and it just got birthed in March.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Pretty much.
Wait a minute.
Wait, conceived and fucking. No, it is a baby. It would be like a little newborn, little 2-month-old, wouldn't it?
And this is like totally unrelated, but I was born in March, and my mom's birthday is June 24th, so that means it might have been birthdays that conceived me.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Anyway,
but Morning Starr, new release. Don't You Ever Sleep? I don't know why I blanked for a second. No, it is what it is. But Don't You Ever Sleep is out now. Just got released. I feel like that's
It was in a cage for a while.
it was. I feel like you're holding on to so many songs that are like, but good, like rightfully so.
No, yeah.
But you've got a lot of songs that are like,
Yeah, like I'm so impatient right now. Like I have to be patient. Like
Mhm.
there's no way. Like I can't just rush it. But like just the general concepts of the songs that I've put together, I like all of them so much, and I want to just have them all actualized and finished and ready to be played at shows fully. And
Yeah.
there's still like I think like 5 or 6 songs that are we do at shows like all the time. So
the set list right now I think is really strong.
yeah,
The way it is and has come together, and even like we performed 2 nights ago at a house show. And yeah, I feel like that's also the first performance where there wasn't a cover in it, I think. Possibly. Maybe not the
we didn't do a cover,
no.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Maybe
No,
not the
LA show.
LA show, yeah, but that was like a 10
Yeah, that
minute
was 10
set.
minutes.
But did we at the Dusty Suicide show?
We did Dark
Yes. Yeah.
by Dominic.
That was like a whole rendition, like recreation.
Oh,
type
dude,
of
that
thing.
I fucking love that.
I
so
love that
much.
too.
We gotta do that one again.
Yeah.
We gotta do
That
more
one almost
Dominic
made
Fike.
that one almost made people cry, bro. But I feel like all of our covers are
Dude.
like everything. We're always like Dominic Fike first cover, bro. Like
Yeah.
first thought of a cover.
I
and then we gotta
remember-
like stray away from that a little bit.
Yeah, there was
or else we're
like
just a cover band of Dominic Fike.
a
but-
rehearsal or probably a few where we're like, all right, wait, what are we doing? Or we got time to add one song, and then I'll be like, oh, what Dominic Fike song? What-
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what about this one? And then I think Derek was like, well, we don't want to become a Dominic Fike cover band type
Yeah.
shit. And I was like, yeah.
And then we're just glazing.
yeah. And also, I think for a second, I was like hyper obsessed with Dominic Fike, and I only listened to him, and now I listen to a lot more. So
That's good. But I've definitely been there too. Just like
Yeah,
only
like-
listening.
you just love it so much, and you're like, I gotta make it like this. I gotta make the songs like
Yeah.
this.
But back to the release.
Oh, yeah.
So March 14th, which was 2 days ago, is it the 16th?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Wow. Yeah. It feels weird. Yesterday was the. No, it wasn't.
No,
it's the
it's
17th.
Yeah, it's the 17th.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's the 17th right now. If you haven't heard the song, go listen to it. Maybe even right now, just fucking pause the video and then go.
Here,
and,
let me give
hear
you a
it.
little sneak peek.
Yeah, a little sneak peek.
This better be tuned.
It's not. It's
You know it's
really
not?
not. I mean, I haven't tuned it in forever. I guess it's fine.
Okay. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. All right. Oh shit. I'm so high, wanna be with you tonight, and why don't you sleep at night? Don't you sleep at night?
Yes, and that was "Don't You Ever Sleep" by Morning Star. Now it's just a radio show at this point. But no, yeah, really good song. How long ago did you make that?
I think that was the first song I made that I
Sorry, that's
wait.
fucking chair so squeaky.
I'm pretty sure that's the first song I made and like finished and decided this is what Morning Star is, and that it's the like vibe, it's the sound, it's the kind of like vagueness to it that I want. And I made it like August 2023, I think, or maybe July. But yeah, that was around the time I started to be like, okay, how do I transition into doing Morning Star? And then that was the first song that I used as like the foundation to compare new demos and be like, okay, does this still make sense?
Yeah.
And yeah,
It's a good one. It's a good one.
thank you.
Any
thank
plans for the future drops? Do you have any like type of release that you want to talk about on camera?
Yeah, no solid plans, but ideally there's 4 songs I want out as singles for this year, and then 4 songs I'll add on to those at the end of the year for an 8-track like little project.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a goal I've had, but I also think that, you know, life can get in the way and stuff, so it might end up being just those 4 singles
Yeah.
spaced out throughout the year, and then the other stuff will have to wait. But yeah, that's all I got to say for now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's sick. It's exciting.
Yeah, there's a few songs that I just really want to get done and get out, but I don't know. I low-key feel like I'm close to finishing them, so.
Yeah. No, they're all sounding good too. And the fact that like I really like that. I mean, you're the songwriter in the band, if you want to call it a band, or just yourself, like, you know, band, live band.
'Cause Lipton be writing guitar and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and
True. I want to get
basically-
drums tracked. We gotta.
yeah, once we
that.
get drums tracked, there's no reason not to just. It's a
Right.
band. We're
True.
the band.
But I really like how we have been able to like perform them before any type of release or anything, because then there's
Yeah.
so much like wiggle room for writing in a way. I feel
Yeah.
like in rehearsals when we're just like,
And you
no,
get to
do it
feel
this
it
way or no, yeah.
differently, I think.
yeah,
And I like how when songs are really in the like early stages, how when we practice them we can try different things and be like, now should we try this, or should I pick it up more here? Like with I Only Hate You a Little Bit, I feel like we had a lot more what should we do with the drums here
right.
than any other song. And
Yeah.
I really like that, and I want to get that one recorded like all mostly live,
Mm-hmm.
because I really like the feel of that one. And I want to do stuff like that more, so
Yeah,
yeah.
Once we get that, it's over. It's
Yeah,
over.
for real, like
Not over, like not actually over. You know what I mean? But yeah, speaking of live,
mm-hmm.
As Above, So Below, the shows. This guy also plans a whole bunch of shows, and you know, there's like the they don't know. Why am I? As above. So where's?
Don't you got it?
No, not yet.
Oh yeah.
I put something else here, but
I don't have the So Below.
I know I need So Below somewhere. I'll put So Below right here.
Well, I had a silly well, I'm gonna go on a small tangent real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I had a silly philosophy, or maybe not silly, but when I got the tattoo, I thought of As Above, So Below as like a correlation between fucking, I don't even know what I was, psychotic and psychosis type vibes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, all right, I used to be up in this heavenly realm, and I decided to come down to experience life as a human,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I'm here, is what I was thinking. And I was like, okay, so as above, I that's where I came from, and I decided I'm done there,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to come down here to learn more. So when I get So Below, it's supposed to be when I feel like I've done what I want to do here, and I want to go back up there.
Right.
So it's kind of like sad. It's sad.
It's sad.
But
It's
I-
sad. But
I
at the same
think
time, I
I'm
feel
gonna-
like
it's supposed to be symbolic of like state of being. So
mm-hmm.
I came down here more meaning I went through a really hard time, and then when I get So Below, it's supposed to be like, okay, I'm done with this really hard time. I'm gonna
Right.
I want to be like enlightened, or I want to be higher vibration is
Mhm.
what I was thinking too. So it's
Yeah.
not super sad.
No, I mean, and it works for so many reasons. I feel like there's so many interpretations for it.
Yeah, so many interpretations.
And since it's, you know, follow the Instagram is as above so below entertainment. But
Yes.
as it being like an entertainment type of thing, and also like just a concert type of thing, since mainly it's been like throwing concerts and stuff. I don't know if you want to
Right.
like, what's it called, like
I wanna
transition that to more mediums of what
I wanna
what it
kind of
means.
make some form of like magazine or newsletter
Mhm.
thing, and also um start marketing kind of in a way. I met some people at a party that do social media marketing. I think I told you about at my cousin's wedding,
Mhm.
and I want to kind of get into helping artists that I feel are really talented get heard more,
Right.
and also apply that to myself. Um, and wait, what did you say?
I was just saying like what other mediums you would want
Oh
to
yeah,
turn it into, if any, as
a
aside from just the shows and stuff like that.
like a label to like extend resources
Mhm.
and also like bring together different resources for people that like might have went to CRAS for audio engineering.
Mhm.
You know, they could work at our little studio, and the whole like the main goal where I want to take As Above So Below, and it's like not final form, but where I want to take it, I guess for now, is get a facility that's multi-purpose with like place for photos and for music video shoots, and like we can have sets there, and then also we would use the space for concerts, and there would be like studios to record in, like
Yeah.
I said. So that's where I'd want to take it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which would be fucking sick.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
One place for everything is just like the dream, I feel
For
like,
real.
to an extent.
To an extent.
Yeah. But yeah, in terms of like, you know, I feel like you're
You're-
coming
Sorry.
You're good. I feel like you're coming out of not coming out of a scene, but you're like all the friends that you've been around and artists that you've been around, I guess, necessarily maybe, you know, have been a little bit more in like a less of a live instrument type of scene, where it's been more like rap sets, just tracks in them or whatever.
Yeah, and also what was interesting on a lot of the earlier shows I did, I mean, obviously there was a lot of rap and stuff, but there was also a good portion that wasn't rap,
Mm-hmm.
but they still would be running it like it was.
Right. And by rap sets I mean that pretty much,
yeah,
where it's
yeah.
like it's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I just thought that was interesting, and there was like a lot of indie stuff, and it's all really good stuff, but it just was played through PAs, and also they wouldn't normally have like a good sub, so like
right.
it's not super high quality backing track type vibes, and it left a lot to be desired, like when I was listening to other artists, and then also when I was on stage, like it didn't feel I don't know what the word is, but as like dramatic as I'd hope.
Right.
And
Which I mean is really hard, I feel like, to try to get it to feel like a full like experience in concert,
Yeah.
when it's just tracks and
and
vocals over that.
I forgot who I was talking to, but it's also like the only reason why those shows, well, not the only reason, but in my opinion, a main reason why those shows do so good when it's just like a rap type of setup is usually the artist is really big and people know the songs and they're singing along, and
Right.
that's what makes it like lit or turned up or
Mhm.
anything. Like it's because people know the words and they're there to see them. But then at like a local show, when you're just listening to like a bunch of different stuff, I feel like it's hard to catch the vibe or whatever what's going on when it's kind of like minimal like that.
Yeah.
But then also as a performer, you're just kind of standing there or walking back and forth or pacing or
Yeah.
doing a bunch of hand motions. And
Dude, that's why it was so hard for me to do. So I've done like only like 4 or 5 shows with my music that was just
Right.
backing tracks
Oh, yeah.
and stuff. And dude, never again. I want to
Yeah.
if I'm performing my songs at all, I want to get it to like be a band situation, because
for real.
standing up there when you can barely hear yourself, barely hear your tracks, kind of.
Yeah.
And like you can just tell that from the audience it's not like what you want it to be, you know what I mean? At least that's how I felt. I'm not trying to like knock anyone that does that or anything like that, but that's just how it felt for me.
For real. I think that when there's all the attention just on one person, like that's when people benefit from like choreography and stuff like that.
Right.
Like pop stars and superstars like that have all these
or
routines.
a big crowd that
or a
you
big
can
crowd
like
just
just
bouncing off energy.
But when it's a smaller show, I feel like you gotta not bring something else to the table necessarily, but I feel like, you know, in my opinion, I feel like every artist could benefit from having at least one live instrument in their thing, even if it was just tracks and like one instrument.
At the release show, Aida, she just had a guitar.
Yeah.
No backing tracks. Right?
No.
Yeah, no backing tracks, and it was so beautiful.
Killed
like,
it.
Multiple people said they almost cried, and I don't know if I like cried, but my eyes were watery.
Yeah.
And I was closing my eyes, just swaying back and forth, like it was so good. And it's just one instrument, but so much is in that conversation besides just listening to a speaker, kind of.
Right. Yeah. It's crazy what that can do, but I guess that's like the power of music. I feel like that's fucking cliche and stupid to say, but like it really is. I feel like, or live music.
Yeah, the power of live music.
Yeah, I feel like live instruments and it being like that is just, I don't know.
Yeah, because you're putting movement into it. I think you put in like you're putting movement, you put in more emotion into it, more character. Like so many people could play the same song with just one instrument, and it could be wildly different.
Yeah.
So it's just so much more personable. Personable. Yeah.
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 What else? I guess. What was
we wrote, just for transparency, we did write some things on like a whiteboard. That's we're not just staring at nothing and being like, what is going on? But
people would be like, what is the answer written on the ceiling? Why do you guys keep doing that? Almost
pretty much.
No, but I was gonna say, what is like for you? What was like you getting your first music out like, and did you have moments where you like kind of pivoted in some way for some reason, or decided like, oh, I'm gonna take this more seriously, or anything like that?
Camera stopped. But back in high school I went to like an art school where everyone was doing music and everything, and people had their own like outside of school like music stuff. So there were a couple bands, there were a couple, you know, just like solo artists and stuff like that. And since I am so fucking against the system, I didn't do music outside of school. I did like fucking like cinematography, like movie directing type of shit, or film directing type of shit. So that's where like my interests and passions lied, whatever the fuck. And so yeah, that's how I like connected with a lot of musicians. So I was doing like music video stuff, documentary type of stuff, whatever. But like I made a couple songs that I didn't take seriously, like senior year of high school or whatever. And then I had a friend that gave me, now I have the legit version, but it gave me a torrented version of Logic and was just like, pick this up too, like try to, you know, produce and stuff. I feel like you would be good at it. And so I like produced a couple beats that like, he was a rapper, he got on one of them. I had like another artist friend that got on another beat, and then I was just like messing around with beats a little bit, but I was still doing like the music video stuff. Yeah. Dang. Pretty much.
I mean, I guess everyone kind of does.
No, I kind of made a rap song over a YouTube beat. That's
really?
Yeah. It's really bad.
Like, how old were you?
Like 15, it was right 16? When I turned 18.
Oh, when you turned 18?
Yeah. So I really wasn't like doing anything music before then, but I was doing a whole bunch of cinematography stuff for this band right outside of high school, or right out of high school, and then
That's a weird name. No, I'm kidding.
Don't want to get into but no, and then a lot of life shit happened, and also my tendencies in general, like with addiction and stuff like that, kind of just like heightened, and I was like going on a downward slope from there.
Mm.
And so with the film stuff, I was like, I'm so, like I need to change in my life somehow. And then End Creed, Graham posted something and was like, I need a feature. And I was like,
that first one you
yeah,
showed me? Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
He was like, I need a feature. And I was like, fuck it, dude. Like, give it to me. I went and like recorded that shit in my car. Very drunk, very high. Ended up being like turning out well because he like mixed it, and it was also the first song that I heard myself on that I was like, what the fuck, like I could probably do that. Yeah.
I feel that.
And then it kind of just went from there, and yeah, I don't know, I decided that I would take it a little more seriously, and then from then on it was like, take it seriously. Like there wasn't really a moment where it like flipped, except for recently, like a couple months ago when I like took down all my music and then went like, now I only have 4 songs out instead of the fucking 250 that I had, because I was like, through my mental health changing and stuff like that, I became like pretty manic when it came to like making music and putting out music. That like,
yeah, I feel
that was something that now I'm like, okay, I learned from that.
Yeah.
Stop doing that, because half of the shit sucks.
Would you do weekly stuff or?
I did daily for 2 or 3 months. Yeah. I did daily songs for 2 or 3 months. That was like, yeah. And like,
like I've done like bi-weekly and I've done weekly, and even that to me was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. No, I like,
oh my gosh.
From maybe, when you met me in, was it June of 23? Yeah. June of 23, a month after that, I did daily songs. Was it a month after? Yeah.
Imagine, bro.
It was a month after that. I did daily songs for 2 or 3 months.
Oof.
And then, yeah, but recently I'm like, no, I have to take this seriously. I've played live enough now to know what songs I would like to play live.
Yeah.
Type
That's
shit.
another thing I like about playing live. You get to really feel, like, because sometimes you might make a song and when you're like in your studio or whatever, and you'd be like, this is really cool, but then at a show it doesn't capture the vibe maybe. But then if you play it and you don't release it yet, then you can decide, oh, like, let's change it up. Because I don't remember what it was, but there was, I think I don't know, one song we made here, it was really soft, and then we switched it up in rehearsal one day where like I was screaming it and it was completely different, but I liked it like way more because
we gotta revisit that one.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been a minute, but yeah,
for real.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I think that's a cool aspect of playing live.
Right.
You get to figure out what you really want to do.
Yeah. For me, it was really front lines, playing that at the that like second floor venue.
October.
Yeah, when End Creed was out here, and like even though it was just tracks and stuff, there was like a whole flip that switched in me, and I was like, oh wait, okay, so if this were like a band behind me, and the crowd going as hype as this,
that song with a
and
band
then it's just like, it's stuff like that that has made me now be like, okay, no, like,
dude, I could
really
play
lock
guitar.
in. Hell yeah, dude.
Or like the
yeah.
Remember the melody.
Yeah. But yeah, so that,
dude,
I'm skipping.
Moving that table hurt my knees.
Dude, for real, that shit was maybe the heaviest table I've ever seen in my life.
And you know what's funny? I feel like a little bit of a dick for.
We moved the table for the house show.
Yeah.
So Aida hosted the house show, and we moved this table, and it was like the heaviest fucking
heavy.
glass table, like.
And
so hard to move.
She's way stronger than us.
Yeah, she was like.
Yeah, but I was gonna say I felt kind of bad because I was like, I don't know, I don't think it's gonna take that long to move shit. Like, I don't think and then I got there and I was like, wow, this is fucking heavy. Jesus Christ. And I was just saying to myself, you should have said that, bro.
You had to like get under it too and like turtle the fucking
oh my
thing,
god,
like,
yeah,
bro.
And I'm just thinking to myself, man, like, I feel just like the universe or God was like, oh, it's nothing, huh?
Yeah.
Well, try that shit.
I tried to tell you.
Yeah,
I tried to tell you. I was like,
oh my god,
there.
I'm sorry. That
but
shit was funny.
Yeah, what?
We were talking.
Oh,
I
was saying. I was about to
got
say
your songs. Your few songs out, and you
Yeah.
know what you like to perform.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm skipping over a whole bunch of stuff about like what made me more like serious and passionate about music for sure. because there's a much longer story
Oh shit.
there. But
Yeah.
yeah, it basically music saved my life, bro.
Bro.
Basically, making music like it definitely was the big pivot in my life that made me go like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, like low key, I still struggle with depression all the time, but if I didn't have music, I don't know what would be going on.
Yeah.
I probably would have died.
Where did you like start? How did you start with that?
Like just music in general?
Just
I think so. Or like,
I guess, yeah, music in general, and then when you went like, okay, this is more important in my life than I thought it was. You know what I mean? If that was ever like a two situation type of thing.
So, I first started wanting to make music. I guess because I just thought it was cool and I wanted to rap though.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to rap like Tyler the Creator or J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar or what was another one?
Fucking same, by the way. That was at the beginning. I was like, hold on.
Oh, Mac Miller.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to rap. Oh, and Wiz Khalifa. There's a lot of rap inspiration, but I wanted to do that, and I like couldn't flow for shit. Didn't have good rhythm at all. But I think what made me keep trying to make, like, I guess just lyrics at least, is I think my lyrics have always been like kind of poetic, at least. Even from when I first started it, like I was like, yo, this is kind of good, but it was also like really corny. But I was like, there's something here, and it was really fun to just like rhyme stuff. Like,
right.
I just kind of got hyper fixated on like how many words can I rhyme, you know, and keep writing, and oh shit, like have imagery and stuff, and I really like that aspect of everything and storytelling, but that didn't get me to actually making like songs that I liked. But then I found Lil Peep, and I really liked his music, and I was like, I can do this. Like, this is like rapping, but it's simple, and it's also like singing, but it's simple.
Right.
And it's just complaining, which is simple. So I was like, I could do this. Fuck yeah. I just do this in my head all the time. I just got to make it rhyme.
Right.
So then that's what got me into really making like a lot of music, and just like, okay, this is the formula, like sad shit. This is so easy to make. Like, it's so like hard and cool to like talk about how my life sucks, but like flex about it almost.
Yeah.
And I was like doing that for a while. I performed with a lot of people and some pretty successful artists, and I part of also why I wanted to get away from I Love You Jamie and stuff is because I would drink heavily at the shows, and there's just this atmosphere of that, and also like Xanax and everything, and Coke and other pills, and I haven't like had a big problem with Xanax. I've only taken it a few times, but just the one time that or the first time that I did it made the live performance just like feel so much better, and that was scary. Like, that's the scary part.
That's how I felt with it, and writing music and like producing.
Oh
and
yeah. Like like you like it, and then you're
yeah.
like, shit.
Yeah.
You know.
That was the main shit that got me pretty, you know. Alcohol, weed, and Coke, bro. Crazy fucking don't.
Do you like Kid Cudi?
Don't do that. Yeah.
Did you know he would do that? He called it trifecta. It's in a documentary.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Dude, I never like got into it. He is a documentary? What the hell?
I think it's like a YouTube documentary. Okay. I don't know if it's like official. It just was like, it was talking about his experience with acid and stuff, and different clips of podcasts, and him talking about his drugs that he would take. And yeah, he would call it the trifecta. He would I don't remember what order it was, but like he would do a line, and then he would take a shot, and then he would smoke a blunt, and then
that's literally
that's so funny.
In cycles for
yeah. But so he well, not him. Wait, what am I talking about? Me. Yeah. Yeah, so for I would say oh, actually wait, first I want to mention it was like my fifth or I don't know, like sixth song is I Love You Jamie. It was called Razor Blades. It kind of blew up. I mean, it's my biggest song that I ever put out.
Mm-hmm.
Still, it's not huge or anything though. Compared to like, there's so much music out there that's big now. But it kind of beforehand, and when I made the song, everything before getting like a really big song, it felt just like I was exploring music.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that song started blowing up, I started to feel like, oh, I got to do that again.
Yeah.
And I started feeling like I got to replicate this somehow. And then that's how I got like stuck in this loop of like drinking and smoking and trying other things here and there, and a lot of shrooms and just a lot of things that were like, this is to make the music better.
Yeah.
And that wasn't healthy.
And also not necessarily true.
And it's
all.
not true.
It's
yeah, not true.
Not even, I don't know why I said necessarily. It's just literally not true.
Yeah,
Like,
for real. Yeah.
I feel like, but a lot of people, like, I understand why that's such a big thought in a lot of people's
For real. I get it.
heads with
Like,
music and
I would
creative things.
make some shit on shrooms and be like, this is going to change music. Holy shit. And then the next morning, I'm like, wow, like, those were some good shrooms, because what the hell is this?
Yeah.
But, so, that's kind of what was going on in music and making me, like, kind of feel icky about it. And then in my personal life, though, like, my mom had gone to the mental hospital, and I don't really know how to describe what happened besides, like, she was, like, kind of like a zombie. Like, she was like over medicated, I'm pretty sure, but it also was some other stuff. And she just like couldn't talk or say anything besides like yes or no or okay, and she would just like stare at a wall, like literally, or like just lay in bed forever. And that yo, chill, that type of stuff is a lot where I draw inspiration for like the feeling of my new music now. Is like the really hard moments and like the really bittersweet things that, like, this really tragic thing happened with my mom's mental health, and now she's doing really good. She's doing great.
That's great.
And like, it's almost like nothing happened, but I mean, you can definitely tell like she has to be taking different medications, so like she acts a little different than she did initially, and some of that's for better, with things like depression and everything. But anyways, yeah, this tragic thing happened, and now I get to appreciate her in a different way. Having this bad thing happen, or however this painful thing happened, but I feel like that's a idea I want to have in a lot of my music, is like a lot of shitty stuff can happen, but you won't be able to understand and appreciate things the same way without that pain. And and this is silly, but I just thought about this. I just saw a TikTok of the Matrix where she's like trying to give him a candy, and he's like, well, you know, if I'm gonna take the candy, why are you asking me if I want it? And she's like, do you want it or not? And he's like, well, like, if you know why I came here or whatever, or something, like, why don't you just tell me what I'm gonna decide? And then she's like, you didn't come here to make the decision, you came here to understand why you made the decision. And I feel like with pain, you know, the purpose of pain isn't to like be suffering, it's to understand it. You know, and when you get on the other side of it, it's like a epiphany, and it's like sometimes a really joyous thing when you realize you're out of it, or it's a lot better, or you just get to appreciate stuff. Like with grief, you realize how much you love someone, you know? So like that kind of idea.
That's also why I feel like that whole thought is a big reason why I was drawn to music after I started making music, because it's like, I was into like filmmaking stuff, but it's like you can't really pinpoint emotion or like what you're going through or like a traumatic event through like a film as it's happening in your life. Like you could sit down and make a song real quick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can do that in a couple hours,
and
if that.
And it can have like such complex different meanings for so many people if you just get that raw emotion out.
Yeah. So time is a thing, and we're almost out of it. So just once again, don't you ever sleep. Out now, all platforms.
Indeed.
Morningstar doing band things. It's
And
really
if you search "Don't You Ever Sleep," fun fact, it is the first song that pops up.
it is.
It is.
Hell yeah. I tried to find it, all the links for it on Google, and I put
That's
Morningstar, Don't You Ever Sleep, and Google AI said Don't You Ever Sleep is a song by Morningstar that was released March 14th. I was like, damn,
We
AI is
made
on
it.
it too.
Let's go.
But yeah, more things coming. Just the thing is like, I feel like the concerts are really like bringing people together in a way that people haven't. I mean, obviously concerts bring people together, but I mean like even just for the artist aspect of it, I feel like there's a lot of people that wouldn't have met each other otherwise.
Yeah, literally. Like
And
we were
also,
saying, that's how I met and Creed.
I feel like there are like certain people that we wouldn't have met, or people that have inspired you and then you have reached out to. Like Suicide has been on a show.
That's actually a really good.
Dusty has been on a show now.
Yeah.
Couple more people in your radar too, not to put it that way, but you know what I mean.
But yeah, I want to talk about that actually, because Suicide's a big reason why we're a band. I guess I could say that way. Because initially also Suicide was an inspiration to my earlier music.
Yeah. Suicide the band, the artist.
The artist, music project, whatever.
Yeah.
And initially had more of a Peep sound, and I really took inspiration from him back then as well. And then he made the switch over kind of to more kind of punk, grungy type of music. And I saw he was doing shows with a band, and like that made me more so want to do it more, but I still didn't have quite like the reason.
Right.
And I reached out to them on Instagram and was like, would you guys ever be down? Like, I'm such a fan. I've been a fan for a while. And I love that you guys are playing as a band now. Would you ever be down to come out to Arizona, and I'll like fly you out. I'll pay for the hotel and stuff, and I'll get some openers together. And he was like, yeah, like we're totally down. Just give me some more info. Who else is on the bill? And like one thing that was important though, he said he wants to be performing with other bands because they're a band now. So like he doesn't want to do like rap shows and stuff.
Right.
And the show that I had like kind of thought of at first was like kind of rap, and then like headliners being the band. Just a few headliners being the band. But then when it came around to talking to him, he was like, yeah, so we need to be performing with other bands. And then that was the reason for me to reach out and start the band. And we actually ended up having a few openers that were rap still on that show, but it ended up being a good show, except some BS, which I'm just going to touch on real quick. But
Okay.
We went overtime.
Yeah.
And we fucking like flew them out here.
Yeah.
And they ended up only getting to perform like half their set.
Yeah.
Which really sucked, and that made me really want to bring them back for another show and do them better. So that's what we ended up doing 2 times after that first time. And seeing them perform live, though, with how much energy they had and like how Leo would scream. I remember the first show we did, that in that July show, I was really timid. I was really anxious. I was quiet.
I think we all were.
We all
Yeah.
were. And then I saw Leo and Zach and Ian
Mm-hmm.
perform, and I just was like so blown away. And I haven't gone to many concerts like outside of ones I performed at.
Yeah.
So seeing that live was like insane, and it inspired me to put more energy
Isn't that crazy?
to my performance.
Same here about just not going to many concerts except for ones that like. That's crazy that we're artists and we just don't really like.
I know that is interesting.
But kind of. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. But
I just find that funny. It's like.
I think it's an autism thing. No. But yeah. So they inspired my music a lot early on and now, and they inspired my performances and the energy I like to bring to it now, and the screaming and everything, and even. Oh man, now I just feel like I'm completely like ripping them off, but
no, it's completely different types of music.
Yeah,
like
you know. But also this move, Leo likes to get up on the kick, you know, and I did that too. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it. I'll admit it. I need to come up with something else because I've tried it twice now, and the first time I just didn't do it at all, really, and the second time I almost fell. So.
Dude, the kick almost like
I almost tipped the kick.
Yeah. I was sitting there like, oh, I felt that.
Yeah,
but
see,
no,
I can't. I don't.
It was lit.
It was lit. But
it was lit.
I think I can come up with some other showmanship thing that.
Yeah.
I don't do that right.
Yeah.
He's got that dog in him.
Yep.
Me, not so much. But and then also with Dusty, me and Lipton listened to Dusty and Ronan. And it was so cool to do a show with him, and I love his grungy type of vibe with his music, and he played some new songs. That shit was really, really dope.
Another situation where we went over time, but it's okay because there's
that one though. I feel like that one, it was a little different because of the venue, but I was freaking out that we might not have him play, and we might not get to play, and I was like, fuck, well, I don't need to play. I don't give a shit. Like, I need this guy to play.
We all were like...
And we all were like, we don't care. Just we need Dusty to play. We need Suicide to play. I don't care about performing anymore. But I went talked to the owners, and I bought an extra hour, and they let us do it, thankfully.
Yeah.
And we actually ended up going over that hour, too, for the very last song, which was like an encore, I think it was an encore, double encore.
They were pretty chill about it, though.
But they were chill about
respectful.
it.
We're respectful.
Yeah.
Venue to the venue people. I don't think that there's a situation where we want to be. So.
Right. But yeah, also Dusty's been an inspiration to the music and that kind of grungy feel. It's like not around really in many other artists or like bands nowadays that it's this original type of rawness. Yeah. I see a lot of like people trying to imitate like 90s grunge and stuff like that, and Nirvana mainly, and I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the artists that we've met, and I'm very inspired to be around people that
seriously. Yeah. And
talented and
the aura,
kill it. The aura, bro.
The aura of
so
them,
many
like
aura points.
It's crazy. Like everyone in Suicide, Leo and Drake and Zach, they are so fun to be around and hang out with.
Yeah.
The same with Dusty. Like also the drummer, Ben, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's Ben.
I think so.
Or Josh. It's Josh.
Is it Josh? Fuck, I'm sorry.
It's Josh. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
Why would it be Ben?
Anyway,
maybe it was another guy named maybe not.
I don't know. We'll just move on from that.
Yeah, we'll move on from that.
But yeah, everyone's dope. Everyone's great to hang with. And just
I haven't come across like literally anyone stuck up in the like past year shows that we've been doing. Like the only stuck up people we've had to deal with sometimes have been like maybe a few openers, and they haven't even been like super stuck up. It's just, you know, kind of fitting their persona of their image or whatever is all. Right. It's nothing like a big deal, but you would expect sometimes like the bigger artists to have some sort of like ego at least. But
I've
feel
met
like-
I've met some artists
Yeah.
with egos, like some larger artists with
Yeah.
egos. And
Yeah,
it's
and
kind of ridiculous, but
I've-
I'm glad.
I feel like it's the complete opposite. Like,
Yeah,
they're
100%.
some of the most down to earth people I've met,
Mm-hmm.
which was so refreshing and like
yeah,
weight off my shoulders, because it would be so heartbreaking, you know, to be looking up to someone and then meet them and work with them
mm-hmm.
and be let down.
yeah.
And it's been a blessing that didn't happen.
Anyway, we gotta stop glazing and move on.
Yeah.
Because yeah.
My
Anyway,
bad. Oh shit.
we're out of time. We're out of time.
Alright,
We're out of time, guys. Thank you for listening to this or watching this. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere else except for YouTube. So
Yeah.
this was episode 1 of whatever I'm gonna call it. Where we sit down, have some talks, artist to artist, and just chill. You know.
Netflix and chill and do stuff and things.
So, Don't You Ever Sleep is out. Go listen to that.
Don't you ever sleep.
Morning Star. Fantastic.
Star.
I got a song called Red. You don't have to listen to it, but you can listen to it if you don't. It's I mean, it's the same color as.
Red.
Anyway, that's it, guys.
Red.
You have anything else to say? Last words?
My name, Morningstar, is because of the vegan meat company,
Okay.
and in the Bible, Lucifer and Jesus.
And that's all.
And that's all. Lucifer and Jesus.